Most exciting time of the year. Excited to watch our guys get after it, and we've got a loaded regional, a lot of talent. We've got the best 4 seed in the bracket in the entire tournament with USC Upstate, and obviously 2 really good programs with West Virginia and Kentucky. So I feel like this regional is loaded and a lot of good teams, and excited to get going.
I guess pitching wise, you decided who's gonna start?
Yeah, Tits. Yep, Drew Titsworth. He's got the ball tomorrow.
What kind of led to that decision?
We knew we were going to do it the whole time. Yeah, that was really kind of a no-brainer for us. So, yeah, excited to see him get out there. Feel really confident when he's on the mound.
Coach, what did you guys learn from the first matchup this season? I know it was almost 3 months ago at this point, but a demanding and commanding win that you had over them. What did you learn from Upstate in that matchup?
Nothing at all. They're a totally different team now. It would be foolish to look back and try to draw anything from that game. We're a different team. They're a different team. That was a random game on a neutral site, and they've gone on and just had a monster year and a lot of power hitters, 5 or 6 guys with double-digit homers and coming off a dog pile. So we know they're feeling really good and confident and hot, and just a tip of the cap to Coach Sweeney. He's certainly a rising star in the industry and has a loaded team, and for a first-year head coach to come in and do that, what he's done, taking over a program that's double tough. So we have a lot of respect for them, their program. Their program's always been good, but they certainly have playing with some extra juice this year for sure.
And
a lot
what do
of
you
power
think?
in their lineup.
A lot of power in their lineup. 99 home runs, but it's not just one guy. It's 5, 6 guys with one guy's got 18, another guy's got 17, 16, 15. They just got a lot of threats. So their whole lineup can hit. They got a lot of doubles. They got a lot of homers. There's just a lot of threats in their lineup that will have to do a good job on the mound and play good, pitch good, play good defense for sure.
Coach, what do you think Coach Sweeney has done specifically to elevate this program to historic first levels? And then how do you deal with the team when they're on this such a historic run, doing things they've never done before?
Well, I think he was a great assistant coach too, and paid attention, was there for a while, and probably saw the success the program had, and made some mental notes of what he was going to do when he became a head coach. And certainly helps when your little brother hits 17 homers too. So, but no, he's a great coach, and he's establishing himself, as a great head coach. And everybody's hot at this time. I mean, this tournament is the ultimate. Everybody's climbing the mountain, and we went from 300 plus teams to now 64. So everybody's good. Everybody's coming off a dog pile or coming off of having a great season. So you just can't take anybody lightly. Can't overlook anything. And at this time of year, you got all good teams. So it's the team who plays the best is going to come out on top.
There's 3 years in a row you guys have hosted regionals now. When you look at just the last 3 years building the program to where it is now, is it kind of where you envisioned it being, or do you still have to see another kind of step where you want to take this program?
Well, I mean, yeah, the next step is Omaha, and the step after that is winning a national championship. The step after that is doing it multiple times. But for 3 years in, to want to bring postseason baseball back to Doug Kingsmore Stadium, back to this community, knowing what it does. I mean, I remember first week I was on the job and meeting some of the local business owners here up and down College Avenue, and they were talking about, it sure is nice when we have postseason baseball here. It really helps us financially, and it's a little bit of an economic, boon to the town. And it's our responsibility, it's our contribution, it's what we can do, not only for the athletic department, but just for the community in general. And then just the memories made with this community. It's an unbelievable community, and a lot of kids, a lot of families. So for all of them to participate in the action and make those memories as well, that's certainly one of the things we're chasing, in addition to what we want to do for the team.
Is there a certain amount of pressure on a team like yours playing at home, and the expectations are so high every year to go to Omaha, and it's been tough for you guys to get back to Omaha, even though you've had these home regionals? Is there a certain amount of pressure on you being home once again?
Yeah, I mean, but you're either feeling the pressure or applying the pressure, right? So we, of course, these are the biggest stage and the brightest lights and the highest stakes, but that's all 16 host sites, and that's all the teams that have have high expectations and have, you know, programs they feel like are the tippy top of college baseball. And you have to run right towards it. You got to run to the roar on that one. You can't back away from that. You can't shy away from it. You got to, you know, we all signed up for it. The players, the coaches, everybody. This is why you do it. I mean, it's for these moments right here that, you know, and we're okay. We're okay knowing that we will be judged based on what happens this round, the next round, and the round after that. We are okay with that. You know, and we, you know, along the way, there's some milestone things you want to accomplish that you set goals for, and, you know, we got one of them with the Gamecocks and didn't get the ones we wanted in the ACC, but now we have this opportunity in front of us. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you set goals for, but, you know, none are bigger than when the postseason starts and you have the opportunity to, you know, do something magical, do something special. But it all starts with one game at a time, one pitch at a time.
As you mentioned the Gamecocks, is it kind of odd that they're not in this tournament at all? Do you feel like you guys have kind of established yourself as the top program in the state now?
I'm not gonna say that, but you know, it's best for college baseball when Clemson and South Carolina are two of the top programs. It's certainly best for the state of South Carolina when Clemson and South Carolina are at the top of their games. And seeing Coastal Carolina, you know, what they've done with Coach Gilmore and now what Coach Schnall has done too is just you know, a testament to a program of consistency over there in Conway as well. So, you know, baseball is good. This is a hotbed of baseball throughout the entire Southeast, and you know, you got really good teams in this state, and you know, three teams, you know, that have had their moments. You know, and South Carolina always has the thing that they can always point to, you know, winning national titles in 10 and 11. So, you know, we would never make a statement like that because we haven't achieved yet what they've achieved, but we're going to get there.
How have you kind of seen Titsworth evolve as a pitcher, going from like a reliever to your number 2 starter now?
Yeah, so, you know, spent a lot of time recruiting Drew and his family. He's obviously from Frankenmuth, Michigan, so he was committed to Michigan, and we got a long look at him, you know, early in his high school career. So just watched him really over the last 6 years, and he's always been a starter, and he didn't become a reliever until he got here last year and the early part of this year. So he's a big, strong, physical, durable kid. You know, he's just got that physical makeup that his body can handle the starting role. So it was more just the timing and the opportunity had to present itself for him to get into the rotation. And so with, you know, with us switching out Sunday starters and with Ethan Darden getting hurt, it just really just presented the opportunity itself. And he had good numbers as a reliever, and we thought, you know, let's give it a shot. And he jumped in there, and that was the week that he was ACC Pitcher of the Week and went 6 strong innings. So he's very capable, and, you know, I think he's got, you know, he's actually added to his repertoire now as well. He's using his secondary stuff a little bit more, instead of where in a relief outing he could just maybe come in and just try to throw as hard as he can and rely on one pitch. Now he's mixing pitches. He and Coach Bellinger added a pitch. They added a split change. So he's progressing, he's improving, and got a lot of confidence in him.
Still think you might get Darden back this weekend?
Yeah, he'll be back this weekend. He's cleared. So he and Garris both. So they probably guys that won't go long, but they'll be able to go, and that's important. Especially, you never know how these tournaments can go. We'd love to do what we did last year and win it in 3, but, you know, there's all different kinds of games. As we saw 2 years ago, we played a 14-inning game, and there's just different ways that you got to do it. So we'll see what the weekend has in store for us, but having those 2 guys available, that's the best kind of ability, is availability. So we'll take it.
For you guys to have the game here, talk about what an advantage it is being at home for this, and you know how the crowd is going to be.
Yeah, that's the advantage. I mean, everybody says sleeping in your own bed, and like I don't think our guys, you know, they like the hotels we stay at. We stay at nice hotels, but it's the fans. You know, it's the fans that make this place so special. You know, and we have great facilities. Don't get me wrong. We have beautiful field, beautiful playing surface, but it's the energy the Clemson community puts into Doug Kingsmore Stadium that makes Doug Kingsmore Stadium that 10th man atmosphere. And so, you know, growing that and getting that back, I felt like that was legacy of Team 127 is they recaptured the energy and enthusiasm of the Clemson fan base. You know, Team 126, it was, you know, okay, Clemson baseball feels different. Clemson baseball's back. Last year the fans are back, and you know, now it's our opportunity to continue to take strides and take steps and, you know, chase the things that we've never done here before.
You heard they had the players wear Hawaiian t-shirts on the road the last couple road trips. What was that about?
We just had to loosen up a little bit. We were holding on a little too tight, and we've always been a, you know, suit and tie. We travel in suit and ties. I don't know about you guys, but suit and ties are a little uncomfortable, and you know, we just needed to get back to having fun and playing ball like to our capabilities. So we've done that at various times in the past. We did that 2 years ago, and we did that with our 2019 team at Michigan. You know, so you got to break out the Hawaiian shirts when the time is right, but we're still wearing them, so that's good.
Andrew Schufo mentioned after the NUNC loss that Coach Leggett said of talking about circling the wagons. I was curious, how often does Coach Leggett kind of impart wisdom on the team during, I guess, times of winning and times of loss?
So it's part of our pregame routine. When he's not with us every away game, but he's with us pretty much every home game, and so we call it 7 with 7. And so he'll either get the guys down the right field line, or if the timing, depending on the timing, he might get them in the classroom as part of our pregame scouting. But 7 minutes with Coach Leggett, and he'll just, you know, he'll pick a message, a story, something. And very rarely is held to 7 minutes, usually longer than 7. But it's invaluable wisdom for our players just to hear from not only a Hall of Fame baseball coach, but somebody who's devoted a quarter of a century of his life to Clemson baseball and has forgotten about more baseball than most of us have experienced. So, you know, having him out here just to impart those life lessons, the wisdom that he has, is extremely valuable for our guys.
Anything else for Coach?
You said he'd still wear the Hawaiian shirts. It was like to the ballpark they wear them, or like in the clubhouse.
Yeah, literally we said we'll wear them to the field, and metaphorically we're playing loose and having fun.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.